Welcome in on CONQ Talk. Mike Smith, your sports information director, with you here, joined by Dodge City Community College softball head coach Howie Smith. Coach, been at the helm for quite some time here, of course, but getting ready for another season. And I know you and the gals have been kind of eagerly awaiting this opportunity, and you get to go to Lamar, and you're going to be on the road actually for quite some time to start the year. But what are you anticipating for this upcoming year?
Well, every year's a new year, and if we take from what we did in the fall, we're really excited to see can we get even better this spring. And like I say, we start off with 10 games in 8 days, all on the road, 2 trips to Texas against some ranked teams, which will be good for us. But again, as I've done in all my years here, I've tried to put together a non-conference schedule that will really challenge us, so that when we get to conference play and you're playing the Butlers and Hutches and Bartons and Colbys and everybody else that's in this league, hopefully it prepares us for those type of teams, and I think it will. But I think we're tired of scrimmaging each other. Hit and miss. You're outside 2 days, and you're trying to find a place indoors to practice 3 or 4. So we've handled that pretty well, and just eager to get out there, see if what we've been working on transforms onto the field. And I wish we had a little more time between Lamar and the Denison trip to work on some things, but I know the scrimmages we had last Sunday and Monday. Sunday was okay. Monday we even got better, so we did see improvement. So, a quick turnaround could be good too. So, but we'll just have to see.
The makeup of your team, you've got some returners, obviously, so you got a little bit to build off of, and then obviously the fall that we got to those scrimmages in there that you got some experience from, but good freshman group coming in too. So it seems like a good mix of gals that have a little bit of experience, but then also some fresh faces too.
Yeah, we've got 5 or 6 sophomores that played quite a bit last year. Now some of them are going to be playing different positions this year. Then, like I say, we felt really good with this freshman class coming in to go along with our sophomores. So it's going to be a mix and match. We've got more depth than we had last year, especially in the pitching circle. As anyone that's familiar with fast pitch, if you don't have the horses in the circle, I don't care how good you are everywhere else, it's going to be a tough season for you. And so we can legit go 7 deep and not think, we're throwing our number 7. We don't have a shot. We really do. But mostly we'll throw 6 of them this spring. Because 2 of our starting pitchers are going to be starting outfielders, so they're going to be busy doing that. But it's some depth. We can actually throw some pinch hitters in there if we need to. If we have an injury or 2, we can slide by that for a week or 2. But I think our biggest thing from last year, and Coach Reed would agree, is our team camaraderie this fall, and even so far up till game day tomorrow, is so much better than it was last year. And I think the sophomores have done a good job of not wanting to go through what we went through last year with our camaraderie and our record and everything. And so they've instilled that into the freshmen. But I know Coach and I that was one of the first things we focused on in our first team meeting was, we can't let those things linger like we did last year. We've got to pull the root, and get rid of it. So, and I think the competition at so many positions in the fall helped too, that, honestly, we had kids last year that knew probably after the fall season they were going to play because they could see they were the best players, so their work ethic wasn't as good. So there was no competition. They're not pushing themselves. And, you've heard me talk, in our 3 or 4 scrimmages and even in the fall, that some of our inter squads have been, a lot of them have been so competitive because they are still vying for not just a starting spot, but early in the season, you're not going to play the same 9 kids for 10 games. I mean, it's like our pitching staff. I'm going to throw at least 2, probably 3 these first 10 games. So I don't want to overwork anybody. And again, they'll all get some experience, and we can figure out coming home what we need to work on pitching-wise stuff. So we're going to go 2 catchers, 2 first basemen. We've got 2 really good shortstops, so we've got a lot of positions where we've got some depth. And again, if you want those kids to get better, they've got to get some playing time. And that's 10 non-conference games are great. We'll actually have 12 before we open up conference. So it'll give us a good view on how people are going to respond to different situations that come up during games.
Yeah, first time everybody will be able to see us at home will be February 25th. I know that weekend is a packed weekend for us.
for the whole department.
Yes, yeah. We've got plenty of softball that weekend and other sports as well. But, Coach, I'll let you out of here on this. What's something that you just want to see from the girls early on in the season, to kind of just get ready? As you said, these games non-conference wise are kind of to help you prepare for the tough J-Out conference. But what do you want to see from the gals out there on the field?
Well, last night I sent something out to the kids, the itinerary, all this. But, Bill Belichick says it all the time. Just do your job. If 9 players on that field and everybody in the dugout, because everybody's got a role keeping a chart, or, it may be Susie, not that we have a Susie, but Susie, if we come in a situation in the 5th, I may look for you to pinch run or pinch hit or on down the line. And so do your job. We got to play the game the right way. I mean, let's just go out there and bust our tail. If we get beat, we get beat. As you and I have discussed, we've got, I hate to call them spring training games, but we have 12 spring training games before we open up conference play. And I feel like this year the conference is, Butler's up there, no doubt about it, but the other 8 teams with Independence dropping down to D2, with 2 experienced coaches, new coaches at Pratt and Northwest Tech, they're going to be a lot better. It's going to be a true battle. So we have to learn how to compete for 7 innings, 8 innings, 9 innings. No matter what the scoreboard reads, we have to learn to compete. And again, I think our scrimmages, inter-squads that we've been able to have, we've been able to compete. So I just hope that carries over to tomorrow. But, Lamar's already got a doubleheader in. They got to play on Saturday. So the nerves for them are out. And for us, we're going to start, 5 or 6 freshmen the first game tomorrow. And, but again, as I tell them, this is the same game you've played since you were age 10, except for T-ball where you hit it off at T. They're not giving out trophies after tomorrow, no matter if we go 2-0, 0-2, 1-1, whatever. These are all learning experiences for us to get ready for conference, because that's, again, we're hosting the region tournament again, and God forbid you would hate to host the tournament and not be playing in it.
True.
Nothing worse than that. And so, and we came somewhat close last year, to be honest. I mean, but we got to make sure that, we just get better every time, and everybody accepts what their role is going to be that day, because roles change with different opponents. And I think sometimes players don't understand that, and I've tried to explain to them that there's games we know may be a 3-2 game, so we're going to go more defense than offense. But if we play somebody that we know we need to score 8 or 9, we may put our best 9 offensive players out there, give up a little defense. So, and kids have to understand every game is different and stuff. And I know one big thing that I'm going to really like is we play every team now 4 times. So with 7 pitchers, a lot of these teams are not going to see our pitchers very often, hopefully, knock on wood. And so I'm really hoping at the end of the year, because, and let's face it, Danica was just absolutely worn out the last 2.5 weeks of the season last year with their back, having to throw so much. Now every pitcher can go out and know, I don't have to carry this team on my back for 7 innings. And, we've got some pitchers that were their number 1 pitchers for 4 years at their high schools, but they accepted the role in the fall. But I explained to them during the recruiting process, here's how this is going to work. And again, if I throw a different pitcher, after each pitcher, the starter sees the rotation, their batting order one time, whatever adjustments they thought they were going to make, now I'm bringing in somebody different. And that's what I'm really going to try to use these 12 non-conference games early on to see how does that work. Do I throw one pitcher every inning? I mean, how do you gauge? You can't get any reads. So, we'll see. We're going to do some different things, probably especially down at Denison, and then when we hit Howard and Western Texas, we'll try some different things, because that's the time to try so that those kids get used to what may happen during the regular season.
Nice. I'm looking forward to the season, Coach, and looking forward to some road trips with you and the gals, and plenty of home games as well, and hopefully some W's along the way for sure. But thanks for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you, Mike.
Head Coach Howie Smith of our softball team here at Dodge City Community College on CONQ Talk.